A brief comment made at a campaign rally over the weekend has created an absolute firestorm in Washington. The focus is on Senator Jon Ossoff, whose recent remarks concerning Donald Trump and his assistant, Natalie Harp, have drawn sharp condemnation. Ossoff suggested Trump was less interested in the presidency and more interested in building ballrooms and flying around in a private jet with a young, attractive assistant. Conservative media and politicians immediately pushed back, characterizing Ossoff's words as a targeted smear against a professional woman who was simply doing her job. GOP figures like Anna Paulina Luna and Newt Gingrich were quick to weigh in. Gingrich demanded a personal apology for the misogynistic language, while Luna argued that Ossoff's comments were degrading to qualified women in power. By framing this rally comment as a matter of workplace respect, these leaders have defined a specific standard for political discourse. They have argued that professional women deserve protection from even the implication of sexism, a benchmark we can now use to measure the rest of the party's record. If we apply that same standard of workplace respect to the leader of their own party, the record looks quite different. Donald Trump was found liable for the sexual abuse of E. Jean Carroll and ordered to pay over $88 million in damages, a verdict he has spent years fighting to avoid. This sits alongside a long history of degrading rhetoric, including the well-known audio boasting about grabbing women by their genitals at will. We've also seen a pattern of Trump demeaning female reporters to their faces. He has called them piggy, told them to be quiet, and criticized them for not smiling enough while they asked about his record. Despite this, Republicans continue to claim that Trump has done more to elevate women to the highest levels of politics than any president in history. The party's defense of Natalie Harp stands in direct opposition to their continued support for a leader with a heavily documented history of misogyny. This selective outrage is perhaps most visible in the party's handling of the Jeffrey Epstein case. Figures at the Department of Justice, like former Attorney General Pam Bondi, have been accused of stonewalling the release of the Epstein files for months, keeping the full details of that abuse network out of the public eye. Megyn Kelly, who was among those attacking Ossoff for his campaign comments, provides a clear look at the party's double standard. Kelly recently shared a perspective from someone close to the case, suggesting that Epstein wasn't a pedophile, but instead just liked barely legal 15-year-old girls. The coordinated anger over a rally joke provides cover for a party apparatus simultaneously protecting the network and high-profile enablers of a prolific abuser. We can also look at how the modern party handles allegations within its current congressional ranks. Leadership continues to back Congressman Max Miller of Ohio, even as he faces serious allegations of domestic abuse from his ex-wife. This protection of Miller stands in contrast to the treatment of Thomas Massie. Trump actively worked to end Massie's career, labeling him a loser for perceived disloyalty to the party. Then there is Pete Hegseth, who has moved from accusations of physical abuse against women to publicly attacking overweight troops and generals in the Pentagon. Within the GOP, allegations of violence against women carry little professional weight. Their anti-misogyny stance is applied only when it targets a political opponent. If the party's record shows a consistent pattern of excusing or ignoring sexism, why do they prioritize criticizing it from the other side? Energy from internal scandals, the lawsuits and abuse allegations, is funneled into a shield of coordinated anger aimed at a minor campaign gaffe. As this cycle repeats, the sheer volume of the news cycle pushes the more damaging internal stories completely out of frame. This provides necessary cover for a party that relies on figures like Trump and Hegseth. It allows them to use the language of accountability while avoiding any of its consequences. This selective use of feminist rhetoric serves a tactical need. It allows for the scoring of quick political points, while maintaining a culture that remains